Hello everyone, welcome once again with your boy Investor. Today's video is gonna be a little bit long, so bear with me. If you don't want to, I'm gonna tell you now what I'm gonna talk about and you can skim through the video. So I'm gonna talk first about Gamestop and what happened with the short squeeze. I'm gonna talk about VirginGalactic, then we go to Bionano, then we go to Tesla stock. So let's get into the video. Gamestop. I was in this Reddit when that or before that happened, and I was honestly thinking that they're gonna fail. Why? Because I mean, it's difficult to make people join forces when it comes to something that's called money, right? Sometimes you can't even trust your closest ones. How would you trust like someone you don't know? Because why? In order for that to happen and for the short squeeze to happen, they need to gather along and agree on buying and holding the stock and not selling. Yeah, let's say it's okay when you start, but when it goes to, for example, you started with $19, 12th of January. Let's go, we went to $50. Normally people would be thinking like, oh shit, I need maybe to get some profit here, maybe something will happen. No, it started going up more, so people still holding. It went now 300 something, now pre-market it was $400. We can check it afterwards. A guy he put 50k and he made $47 million. This was yesterday, and with today's price, if he keeps on going up at $400, I don't know how much he's gonna make. $47 million from 50k. I would have retired, and maybe I'm gonna retire my whole family. Like, you know, go out. You don't need to work. Imagine that. Do you remember those books you could like buy like sometimes when it was written like learn English in 2 days or 3 days, learn this language in 3 days, or get 6 packs in 1 week or something, those bullshit stuff? Do you remember that? I feel like it's the same, just this one is not clickbaity, it's just real. Make $40+ million in a couple of days. Oh my god, he needs to do that. That guy, he will probably make a video if things go smoothly and he sells and he gets a really huge earnings or huge profit. He will probably be like the next Wolf of Wall Street, like airbender. the next, not airbender but stock bender, maybe. Yeah, so it was really for my like position, I wouldn't be able to do that. I'm not that like risk tolerant kind of, you know, because I'm moderately aggressive, but not that aggressive to put money in a stock which is shorted by, I don't know, a whole company that have billions of dollars. But like, kudos to them, they have made money, and I hope they make money, because, you know, retail investors, we need to support each other. Like, people above us, they make money, you know, by using us. Now it's tables has turned, as we can say. So this is all for the Gamestop. Now we get to VirginGalactic. VirginGalactic, it was really weird. When was it? I think it was yesterday or the day before. It was yesterday, yeah, yesterday. It went up. The last time I talked about VirginGalactic, it was on Sunday, right? It was $36 range. If you had bought it then, you could have made at least 20% return on your money. Yesterday, the stock went to almost $60. It went to $59. Yes, you want like 30 something percent. And I was like, my first thought was is it like the short squeeze kind of influencing a little bit VirginGalactic? Because I know that VirginGalactic has a bit like, they have like shortage of like 70 something percent or 60 something percent. So I thought maybe that has to do with things. So I went into the rabbit hole of checking information. There is no information about VirginGalactic or whatsoever, and the stock went 30%. But at the end of the day, you went back to the $45 range. So if you had sold at $60, you would have made a lot of money then. So people are trying to get to those stocks that are mostly shorted, like heavily shorted by companies. Is gonna create a fuss this year with only that. Maybe companies will start like taking their money out, so like stopping shorting stocks just because of Wall Street bets. So I'm gonna get to VirginGalactic now, because I found out something that is interesting for me personally. Let's see. I'm gonna go into the I'm gonna go into this one. Where is it? It's like ARK Invest Big Ideas 2021. They talked about orbital aerospace. See here, the space industry is taking off. Rocket and satellite cost declines are appending that once seemed a monopolistic and bureaucratic industry. Thanks to advancement in deep learning, mobile activity, sensors, 3D printing, and robotics, costs that have been ballooning for decades are beginning to decline. As a result, the number of satellite launches and rocket landing is proliferating. Here, I think they talk about mainly about SpaceX and Starlink, you know. According to ARK, the orbital aerospace opportunity, including satellite connectivity and the hypersonic flight, will exceed 370 billion annually. What could you take from this specific phrase is that most likely, I'm pretty positive, I'm not sure, of course no one is sure, but I'm pretty positive that Starlink will go publicly, will be traded publicly sometime soon, and it's gonna be in that ARK ETF. And now ARK ETF, ARK X is gonna be called, and they are talking about supersonic flight. So this is why they are invested in VirginGalactic. So this is the main thing. The main thing they are invested in VirginGalactic is because of the hypersonic opportunity. Because let's see here, global connectivity. Let's go to hypersonic point-to-point travel. As long-haul flight times collapse, time from 10+ hours to 2-3 hours, the global economy could transform. Why do they say that? Okay, so now let's get into the specifics, and I'm gonna kind of, you know, summarize it for you guys so we don't skim through everything here. So they say that 4.7 billion passengers flew in 2018. 15% of those flights were 7 hours plus. So it's 680 million passengers flew on flights longer than 7 hours. So that 680 million, they took 0.4%, because those 0.4% are people who flew private. People who have money and who could afford flying private in those long hours. So when they calculated that, they found out that 2.7 million person potential annual hypersonic flight addressable market. So that 0.4% of 680, it gives you 2.7 million. So there is 2.7 million people who could benefit from hypersonic flights. So if you do $100,000 per flight, it means that 2.7 and $100,000, it gives you 270 billion annual revenues. So this is why they are investing in VirginGalactic, not because of the suborbital tourism, or so that's why. And of course they talk a lot about satellites. So I'm gonna probably say now that when the ARK X will be released, and if Starlink goes public, it's gonna be the first one, and second one maybe VirginGalactic, depending on what I see here, what they focus on. Global connectivity, you see, hypersonic point-to-point travel, multiplanetary species. Of course, they are talking about SpaceX and Blue Origin. I don't think they're gonna go public, not in not this time. I mean, not in any short time. Yeah. So this is about VirginGalactic. So people, maybe they are trying to shorten because of the shortage of the VirginGalactic stock. Maybe people are trying to find that the next GameStop. But for me, this is kind of, you know, a bit risky. If I were you, I would just buy shares, as I said in Sunday. Of course, this is not financial advice, but if it were me, I would just buy some shares, you know, just hold them and see what happens. Okay, now let's get into Bionano stock. Let's go to this. I think it was in the 90 something. Yeah, long read sequencing. You see here this image. The genomic toolkit is expanding to provide a fuller, richer, and more accurate view into biology. I'm gonna zoom a little bit. First sequencing, generation sequencing, Sanger sequencing. Second generation sequencing, it's Illumina. And you see here optical mapping, Bionano, Genomics, Nabis. They have 10x Genomics, NanoString. And the third generation sequencing is the Pacific Biosensor, or PACB. This shows that they now like believe that Bionano is there when it comes to diagnosis, and that it's better than Illumina in any case. Would they buy the stock? I don't know, because when I read here, like down, I'm gonna show you, it feels like they still believe in PACB more than Bionano. But would they hold a position, a small position Bionano? Maybe, probably, because they hold 10x, Genomics, TXG, they own, I think, NanoString and SDG, so they might, but maybe not now. Because why? Let's see. Okay, let's see here. ARC believes that long-read sequences analytics are superior for many sequencing applications. Some clinical applications, such as rapid whole genome sequencing within the pediatric intensive care setting, have high reimbursement rates, giving diagnostic providers more flexibility to switch to LRS. Genetic variants of all sizes, here now. Genetic variants of all sizes, from small to large, both in easy and hard to sequence genomic regions, can impact a patient's phenotype. In ARC's view, this is the most important part. In ARC's view, LRS, or long-read sequencing tools, provide the most comprehensive variant detection, regardless of sequence context. So even though they have shown here that they might consider Bionano, this part, when they talk about like what they believe, that they still believe that PACB is superior, it is what it is. I don't care much about. I just like look at the information and what they do they explain, and kind of if I can get something from those information. But if they invest in Bionano or not, I wouldn't care much, to be honest. I have a lot. I have now 1,790 shares, and they will keep on adding if it goes down, because I feel like they can succeed on their own. They have raised a lot of money, maybe more than 300 millions by those offerings. So they have money, and they have everything, the tools to scale and to succeed. So this is it for VirginGalactic. Now we're gonna get into Tesla stock. So I looked at the earnings yesterday. It was a little bit how can I say it? It was a little bit, it's not maybe disappointing at some point, but not. I'm gonna explain to you why. So the thing is, when it comes to profit margins, it was disappointing. Why? Because we were expecting for the profit margin to go up, but it went down. But they explained why in the conference call. They said that because of the refresh class X, Model S and Model X refresh, that made it difficult to get those margins like up, and they are focusing on other stuff that made it difficult to get those margins up. But the thing is, the most important thing here that I feel like people aren't focusing on is the storage deployed, like the energy storage. So when you look here, storage deployed megawatt per hour. Look at the Q4, it's almost 1.6 gigabyte. It's 1.6 gigabyte storage deployed. Do you look at the ones before? Q4 of 2019, Q1, Q2, Q3. You see the increase? Why? Because they are focused on mega packs. I'm gonna read this one. Energy storage. See here. Energy storage deployments grew substantially from 2019 to 2020. For the first time, our total battery deployments surpassed 3 gigawatts in a single year. Why did they say 3 gigawatts? Because just Q4 they go to almost 1.6 gigawatts. So when you gather everything, it's gonna be 3 gigawatts. So, but I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna explain. 3 gigawatts in a single year, which is an 83% increase compared to the prior year. This growth was driven mainly by the popularity of Megapack, our utility scale storage products. Powerwall demand continues to increase as the residential business continues to grow. While we have made progress production, we should see even further increase in supply in the next few months. You see this chart? 2019, 2020, when I zoom out, 3 gigawatts. in 2020. And bear in mind 1.6 only in Q4. What does it imply? It implies that next year is gonna be, I'm gonna send it there. It's gonna be at least 6 gigawatt of energy business. So I think they are getting into the energy business. They are not profitable yet, but it shows potential there as well. So people are, you know, focusing too much on automotive. Oh, they haven't, like, their cross margin is going down, blah 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 blah. But for me, I'm focusing on other stuff as well, because the energy business, and remember, even Shamath said that the energy business is the most valuable business there is, and what is gonna be in next few years. It's the energy business. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna stop this. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna probably sell 45 shares of VirginGalactic. I have 545, so I'm gonna sell 45 shares. I'm gonna sell all my remaining position in WBA, or World Green Boots Aliens. I'm gonna sell all of my position there, so, which amounts to $6,000. Plus the 45 shares is gonna be maybe $2,000 plus 6, maybe $8,000 or $9,000. And I'm gonna buy with it Tesla stock. It's gonna be maybe 9 or 10 stocks. Why? Because the stock has went down significantly. We can check it even now, just to have an idea when it is pre-market. The market's gonna open in 10 minutes actually. I don't know, you know, when I'm gonna upload this video, but it is what it is. I'm gonna show you as well where I am when it comes to my gainings and stuff, and I always show you that it's kind of update. So I'm in $121,654, up 109%, total gain 63,000. Let's see the, okay, Bionano, it's going, oh, pre-market is up. Okay, it's 1126, all right. Space, it's down. Tesla stock, it's 830. I'm gonna add some Tesla stocks today. I'm gonna increase my position in Tesla. I already have almost 60% in Tesla, but it's fine. I believe in the company. That's the company I believe in more than any other company, to be honest. So I'm gonna probably do that. When it comes to my details, I'm gonna show my details as well, so you don't, you know. Here WBA 125 now, Bionano has 1790, Space 545, Neo 110, Tesla 74. So I'm gonna get Tesla to maybe 84 or 83 today. Yeah, this is it for today, guys. I hope you like it. If you did, please consider subscribing, smashing that subscription button, and see you maybe next time. Crows out.